Hey guys, it's Kwa. Great, now that that's fucking over. Hey besties. So I know I don't do too well with YouTube. I don't know. Y'all don't even know who I am, and y'all still anyways. So I'm back again, and I'm finally doing a video that I wanted to finish. And even though y'all probably didn't even see part 1, which y'all should go do, this is part 2. Okay? I'm not a fucking rapper. Okay, anyways, this is part 2 to 10 plus shows y'all should watch. Best shows, whatever the fuck, right? 10. This is part 2. I'm coming back with more shows because I got a lot of good shows, and even though y'all not watching the video, I'm still gonna fucking say it. Okay? Fuck it. Okay? I'm pretty sure I left off right here. 1. Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf, okay? Teen Wolf, I feel like for the most part a lot of people know what Teen Wolf is, but if you don't know what Teen Wolf is, this is what it is, okay? A boy and his best friend go in the woods to see a dead body. They kids, they like, oh, body, is it really out there? Let me go see, okay? The main character, his best friend, his father is the cop. So he heard that shit on the police scanners. He went to get his best friend, like, yo, let's go look. So they went, the main character, he gets bit by a fucking wolf. And, mind you, they're teenagers. So now he's a fucking wolf too. Okay? He's a wolf, and now they're like, living their life. But he's a wolf. They're going through shit. There's other wolves. There's there's mysteries and there's weird shit. There's other wolves. There's bad guys. There's mysterious deaths. You know? And shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? And then they got other friends, and some of their friends got other powers thingies, you know, that they uncover and shit like that. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like Vampire Diaries, but not Vampire Diaries. It's more so werewolf and like sciencey, the science of it all, you know? I don't know. It's good as fuck. Just watch the show, okay? Like I said before, just watch the first, I say to watch the first episode of each show and then finish whatever one you like the most. But y'all just could watch like the first 5 minutes of each show and then figure out what y'all want to finish, okay? Okay. Watch Teen Wolf. Total drama. Don't give a fuck. Oh, the next few ones that I'm gonna say, some of them are like animated. Don't care. Total Drama. Yeah, Total Drama. Total Drama is one of those shows that I could just watch all the time. It's like a comfort show that you don't mind when it's on every time, because you could just watch it all the time and you never get tired of it. That's how that feels to me. I don't know. Basically, it's like a reality show, but it's like animated. So it's like a bunch of teenagers go to the summer camp, and they're doing a bunch of challenges, and they get split off 2 teams. And they do challenges. The winning team gets a reward, like a good food or a good shower or something like that, because they live in cabins and shit. And then the loser team gotta eliminate somebody from their team. They gotta eliminate a player. Sometimes the players could come back. Sometimes you could, sometimes there's double elimination. Sometimes there's no elimination, even though y'all just voted somebody out, X, Y, and Z. There's confessionals and shit. And basically, they're all competing for $1 million. So the last one standing is going to get the money. And it's different seasons and it's different characters each season. But then sometimes the old characters come back. And it's just a bunch of, it's just a good show to watch. It's just a good, funny show. They smash slut. They stupid. They just funny, okay? It's a good show. It's like a reality show, but it's in cartoon form. Like, it's mad good. And it's just a light, like, what's that word, like serotonin, like your happiness, whatever the hell, like that, like, you know what I'm saying, like nostalgic, like Stoked. If y'all ever seen the show Stoked, it's like, just a show, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Disenchantment, okay? Disenchantment is a show from Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and basically there's a girl and she's the princess of the kingdom, whatever, right? Basically, it's kind of like a fairy tale land, something like, I don't know. But the girl, she's a princess, right? But she lives, like, she don't live like royalty. She lives like the peasants, because she's just that. She's that, you know? She lives like them. She be out there with them, arm wrestling. She be drinking at the bar. She be drinking the beer at the pub and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's one of the bros. Like, she's just cool. She not no princess. She don't want to get married and wear dresses and stuff. She don't, you know? So she finds this elf, because there's elves there in the town. There's elves. She befriends one of the elves, because one of the elves got like thrown out or some shit from their little group. So she's best friends with the elf. And then there's a little demon devil guy. A little demon. He's little, like, you know, he a little nigga, and he got thrown out, or he like got locked out and he can't go back. Some shit like that. Okay. And basically they all best friends, and they all got, you know, they go on kind of like they do adventures, and whatever she do, they with her, and it just be shit going on. It's just a bunch of random bullshit. There's some secrets and some twists and turns and little things, but it's really a good light show to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's just a good little show. Okay, watch that. Okay, She-Ra. This is serious to me. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. You understand? This show is actually a remake of an old show. It's called She-Ra, but I don't remember the rest of it. Like, this is She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I don't know the other one. I know it's She-Ra. It's a He-Man and She-Ra and shit like that. But this is a newer version of that show, if you ever watched that. Basically, it's like a fucking superhero thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? The girl got powers and she ain't know she had powers, and the whole time she's the savior of all the princesses, and they gotta come together and fight the evil people who's trying to take over the world. You know what I mean? Like Wonder Woman and shit. Like, bitches is just fighting the battles every day, you know? But it's so good, gang. Watch this show, please. Like, this is serious to me. This show is very serious to me, you know? I hold this show very dearly. Mind you, this, I'm gonna say, it was on Netflix, and now they took it off. And I rewatched it right before they took it off Netflix, so I'm not sure where it is. So if I could find it somewhere else, you know, I'll tell y'all. I'll put it on the screen. But if I can't, then just know you might need to have the hookup. And if you got the hookup, then you could just watch it. Okay? Okay. So, but yeah, they, you know, but mind you, the She-Ra girl, the whole time she's a savior, but she was one of the bad guys, you know, but she grew up there. That's how she was a baby, and they took her in as a baby, so she don't really know nothing else. She didn't know that, like, she thought that what they was doing was for the greater good. She didn't know that they was really hurting innocent people. She didn't know that they was doing that, you know. She never really was in the field yet. She was always training all her life, so now she locked in and she switched teams, but then she left her friends behind, and it's this and that, and it's a lot going on. She made new for X, Y, and Z, bitch. Watch the show. That's all I'ma say. Very serious to me. Watch the show. And if you don't watch the show, that's okay, because I can just have it to myself. Don't mind. But anyways, next is Carmen Sandiego. This is another show this is another Netflix original that they made. Also, okay, so what I just say, I said Disenchantment, She-Ra, and this. Those are all Netflix originals. But She-Ra and this Carmen Sandiego are both remakes of old shows. So Carmen Sandiego, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? That's what it was called back in the day, I believe. Either way, it's about this girl. Basically, the government they take teens and kids and stuff like that and train them to be like spies and shit like that. Thieves and spies and shit. Basically, one day she was like, you know what? Y'all niggas is actually bad as fuck, and I don't want to be a part of this no more. So she goes rogue, and she basically goes to like stop them from funding their nefarious deals and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So basically she found this little boy who's over the phone. He be doing the hacking. Basically they hack into the people, the government, their bad government type of thing, and find out what they about to do next, and then she goes and do it first, basically, so they could like stop being funded and stuff. You know what I'm saying? She just cuts them off. But whole time the cops and stuff think that she's the bad guy because they don't know that the other people exist. It's kind of like Nikita. If you ever watch Nikita, and I know that there's a movie, La Femme Nikita, but I was talking about the show because I never seen the movie. So, you know, basically she goes to, you know, shit like that. Yeah. Also, Nikita is actually a really good show and y'all should watch it. I don't actually have it on the list because some things I never finished. Even though they're good, I never finished them. So I don't got them on the list. Like, Scandal. Scandal is good as fuck. But I never finished it. I got to, how many seasons? There's 7 seasons. I'm on season 7. I watched like a episode or 2. It was getting crazy. I stopped it. But everything else before that is cool. You know, watch the show. Okay? Okay, next. Charmed. Okay, Charmed. So, this is the old Charmed, not the new Charmed. I actually watched the old Charmed because I wanted to watch the new one, just like Gossip Girl. But I never finished Gossip Girl, so Gossip Girl's not on here neither. But I know that it is good, so watch that. But I know that there's a new Gossip Girl, and I wanted to watch that. But I'm like, I gotta watch the OG before I can watch the new. So I never finished it, so I never watched. Anyways, basically, there's 3 sisters, and their mother passed away. And once their mother passed away, they found out that they 3 each got powers. They got magical powers. They all 3 got their own individual powers. But then together as one, they got a bunch of, you know, it's like stronger and the biggest. You know what I'm saying? So then, it's called like the power of 3 because it's 3 of them. Basically that's their bloodline. Their bloodline always got 3 girls, and the 3 girls always got the power of 3. And they're the most powerful beings in the world, right? So of course, all the demons and all the bad guys is gonna try to come for them, so they could eliminate the most powerful beings in the world, so they could be the powerful ones. You know what I mean? Because as long as they exist, they're always gonna be the ones that's most powerful. So basically, the show is about them fighting all the fucking bad guys because the bad guys keep trying to come kill them. You know what I mean? Also, while discovering that they got powers and how to use them and how to, you know, and then they also got this little angel. It's called a white lighter, but basically he's like a little angel. And he comes and he's like their mentor. Like, he helps them and guides them and tells them what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of are in the business of helping the power of 3. You know what I mean? So he comes and helps them. You know what I'm saying? Good as fuck. Watch it. The new one is good. I never finished the new one, but the new one was good. It's just, I didn't like how they didn't really show they didn't give tribute to the old one. You know what I mean? They didn't give tribute. They didn't really, like, it's the same concept, but it's kind of like a reboot instead of like they brought the show back out, you know, instead of a continuation type of thing. Even though it's been years, I feel like they didn't really, you know, like, they showed the book that the old people use, but they didn't really show the people's names of the, I don't know, I just didn't like it. Anyways, watch that. It's good. Lock and Key. Okay, this is serious. Lock and Key is mad good. Lock and Key is actually spelled L-O-C-K-E. Anyways, Lock and Key is basically about this family, right? And this family, so it's a mom, a dad, and 3 kids. It's 2 boys, 1 girl. The girl is the middle child. Anyways, so basically, they move into, like, I think the dad, his, they're called the Locks. That's their name. Their last name is Locke. L-O-C-K-E. So, I think the dad's distant relative, like, passed away and left him a house or whatever, right? So I guess they all moved to that house, but, like, it was either that or the dad died and then they moved to that house. Either way, the dad's dead and they in a Lock house, okay? Okay, right? So, boom. They, basically, there's actual keys. There's actual physical keys, okay? And all those keys got an ability to do something, okay? Like, there's this one key, it's the anywhere key. So basically, anywhere you've been ever in your life, as long as you've seen it, even if you don't even have to have been there physically, but if you've seen it, right, and it got a door, you could just put the key into any door, and when you open the door, it's gonna take you to wherever you're thinking of, okay? Okay. There's a fire key, I'm pretty sure. Like, you could just start fires with that key. There's a key that you could, I don't know what it's called, but basically you could draw anything and it's gonna come to life. Like, this girl, the daughter, she was running away from somebody. She was trying to escape. And then, like, she drew on the floor with the key. She drew, like, a motorcycle. And she picked up the motorcycle and started driving away. You know what I'm saying? So it's that. There's a mimic key where you could change to anybody's face, right? You could change to people that are, I'm not sure if you could change, like if you could make up a face, but cause I'm not sure if the face that was made was a different person. Anyways, you could change your face to anybody you want, okay? Okay. There's an echo key. You could bring people back from the dead. You just gotta like say their name and they come back alive, okay? There's a memory key. Basically, you can go in your head. You could go in your memories. You know what I mean? You could go in your memories. You know? So there's the boy, he was trying to memorize a test. He was trying to memorize a book for the test. So he used the key and it opened a door to his brain and his memories and stuff. And he threw the book in there. So now he knows everything that's in the book. You know what I'm saying? There's another key. Oh, that's the head key. No, I said that's the memory key. That's not the memory key, that's the head key. The memory key is you actually put it in your brain and you can unlock your memories. Because once you get past a certain age, like 16, I think 15 or 16, something like that, you lose all memories of magic. So you got to use that key to unlock your brain so you could remember the magic. You know what I mean? And there's also a... I forgot, but there's keys, okay? There's all the keys, and there's also a music box key. Basically, it's an actual music box, and you put the key in there, you open it, and basically you could whisper and say, like, I want this person to trip and fall, and they'll trip and fall. You know what I mean? So there's a bunch of keys, okay? I'm fucking talking a lot. Anyways, basically, the family of locks, they got all the keys, but there's another person that's trying to take the keys from them and things of that nature. For the most part, you can't steal a key from the locks because they're the ones who made them. They're the, you know what I'm saying? They could also make new keys, but they're the ones who made the keys. It's their keys. So you can't steal it from them, but if they could give it to you and you could take it. I think you're going to burn or something like that if you try to like snatch it from them. I don't know. Basically, the family... Basically, the dad, he tried to like, he was like a doctor, a teacher. He's like a teacher or some shit. And he got killed by a student by accident because they was trying to find out about the keys. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about a lot of mystery and suspense and shit going on about the keys. Oh, there's also like a dollhouse, miniature, small one because they got small. There's a house key. Like, it's so much keys. Just watch that shit. There's people trying to steal the keys. Then they're also trying to figure out what the keys are and how they got the keys and what's this and what's that and da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? I'm not really doing it justice, but it's good as fuck. Imagine you dead. Mind you, they kids, like, they like, there's one, he's like 9 or 10 or some shit like that. And then there's the two older ones, they like 15 and 16 or like 13 and 14 or 14 and 15. Some shit like that. Whatever the age. And it's just a bunch going on. Mind you, the mother could use the keys, but right after she's done using the keys, she don't remember nothing about him. But also, I believe when you unlock the memories, you can remember that you actually do know what the fuck you know what I'm saying? So... it's good as fuck. Y'all should just watch that, you know? I don't know. I feel like it's mad good. Okay? I can't really tell y'all all the tea without telling y'all the tea. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just gotta watch it for yourself so y'all can see. Okay? Okay. Next. Stranger Things. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I'm gonna stick beside Stranger Things. I'm gonna stand by this shit. You understand? Stranger Things is fire as fuck and I don't care what nobody say. Okay? Watch Stranger Things. And for the most part, everybody knows what the fuck Stranger Things is and y'all just didn't watch it or y'all don't like it or somebody told y'all what it was about but they not really doing a good job of telling y'all what it's about. And sometimes the fucking synopsis things don't do it justice. The little clips that be playing don't do it justice neither. Okay, so basically, Stranger Things, 4 little boys. This, mind you, this is set in like the 1900s, like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it's 4 little boys. They like, damn, and I really know how old they are, and I just can't remember right now. So I'm gonna say they about 9, something like that, cause they in middle school. They in like 8th grade or some shit. So they like 10, 11. They in that age range. I don't know. So anyways, right? 4 little boys. They best friends. The best is the friends. All right. Boom. They was playing. Basically, one of the boys go missing. Right. He goes missing while they was hanging out at one of their house. Then it was time to go. It was nighttime. It's time to go. School night. X, Y, and Z. The little boy, everybody's parts ways, right? Everybody parts ways. The little boy, he's on his bike. He starts seeing some crazy looking shit. He feel like somebody following him. He fall. You know, he starts running. He goes home. And then basically, that shit comes to get him and he goes missing. But it's like a strange thing. You don't really know what the fuck it is. It looks like a fucking monster, okay? It looks like a little monster. And the little boy goes missing. The mother comes home. She's like, where he at? Everybody's like, I don't know. He went home. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, he tried to call when he was there. He felt like somebody was chasing him. He tried to call people, but the phone wasn't working. The fucking light started flickering, X, Y, and Z. Boom, he's missing, right? So now the mother's like, where he at? She going to the sheriff, you know, the police and shit. They trying to find it. They not finding him for real because he's fucking missing. He's disappeared. So then the higher ups, the government type shit, they come and they're like, oh, your son's dead. Whole time it's a fake body and he's really not dead. But she never stopped believing that her son was alive. She's like, no, it don't make sense. This is not adding up. Y'all lying. It's some weird shit going on. You know what I'm saying? She not believing it. She's like, nah. Then the brothers, I mean, he do got a brother, but I'm talking about the friends. The other 3 friends, they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We about to go look for this nigga, right? We about to go look for him. So they go into the woods by homie house, and they're looking around. They don't see him, but they find this little girl. This little girl, she looks like a runaway. She looks like a little homeless girl, you know? Mind you, it's raining, so they like, you don't got nowhere to go? What you doing? Like, X, Y, and Z. So one of them takes her home. He takes her home with him, hides her in the basement, gives her blankets, food. You know, like mind you, it's back in the day, so everybody got a nice home. They got basements and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he hides her in his basement. He gives her blankets. When he's going to eat food, he takes some food, hides it, runs it downstairs, bring it to her and stuff like that. And then one time he was showing her around his house while nobody was there. He was showing her around, and she was like, she pointed at the picture of him and his friend, the one that went missing, and she was pointing at him, and she was like, oh my god. And then he was like, you know him? Mind you, she's not really talking right now. So then she's like, low-key, like, yeah, like I know him or something like that. Like, basically it gives like she know him, she kind of seen him before, you know what I'm saying? But mind you, he's missing. So then she's basically saying there's bad people are coming for her. The government is coming for her. X, Y, and Z. But she got powers too. So she got powers and the government is coming for her. But she low-key knows something about his friend that went missing. So he's like, nah, I'm keeping this bitch. I'm about to keep her. Like, I'm keeping her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she homeless. She don't really got nowhere to go. She got powers. And she's getting chased after the government. And she know where my friend is at, potentially. I'm gonna keep her. Like, we all gonna, you know, so then he brings his friends and they all talking to her, trying to figure it out, and basically they go on a whole, you know, thing. But mind you, the government is still looking for her. So because they're looking for her, they're looking for him and the friends, because it's like, you got this bitch, like, you harboring a fugitive type shit, you know what I'm saying? So all of that, meanwhile, the mother is still trying to find her son. Whole time he's in a parallel. It's not even a parallel. It's like parallel, but it's like upside down, okay? Basically. So it's like, this is the line of the world, right? Of the dimensions. This is the regular one, right? The regular one is on top, but then there's one upside down. And it looks exactly the same, just like dark and cold. Like, if y'all ever seen the movie, Us, it's kind of like that. Like, it's a regular world, and then there's an upside down world that's darker and deeper and, you know, more, you know, more devious type John. But it's actually empty instead of it being filled with people, and there's double bodies and stuff. It's not double bodies, it's just an extra world upside down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. Kinda. Like, this is the world, and this is the world. If it was parallel, it would be like this, but it's not. It's upside down. So it's like that. Literally. Okay? Okay. And that's where the sun is, basically. But because it's the same, like, because it's the same world, just upside down, and there's a lot of science-y things going on, the boy is actually able to communicate with the mother sometimes, you know, through little rifts in the little time-space type of thing. It's not really time and space, it's more like science. Because whole time the government people was opening rifts into the earth. Like, you know what I'm saying? The world. Like, like a rip in the fabric of space. Whatever the fuck. And they opened a little portal thingy, and that's how you get to the upside down, and basically the monsters was coming out low-key, because they're scientists, and they're trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying? But they was experimenting on the kids, and X, Y, and Z. So, the monster that got out from that little world is whatever took the boy. But, so he was at home, mind you, he's at home. But he's at home upside down. So sometimes he could like knock on the wall or like, you know, scratch something and it affects the actual house in the real reality. So the mother is looking around like, what the and then sometimes he actually could speak to her and she could hear him and she's like, oh my god, like, but then mind you, like, this is actually psychotic, so everybody thinks she's crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? This is not normal. So everybody, when she's telling people, everybody's like, no, you're tweaking, like, he's gone, he's dead. Whole time he's not, and it's just a bunch of that. You know what I'm saying? It's a good show. I don't care what nobody says. It's a good show. It's not about aliens. It's not about fucking aliens. It's not boring space time. No, it's actually little kids with power. Some of them, a few kids got powers. They're not main characters. One main character got powers. But all of them is just trying to figure out. Actually, I'm not even gonna tell y'all. Watch the fucking show. At least watch like the first episode. At least watch the actual trailers of the show, and don't just listen to the synopsis, don't read the synopsis, don't fucking watch little clips that they play. No, watch the actual trailers. Click trailers and watch the trailers. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a good fucking show. Me personally. I don't know. Next is Wentworth. Okay, Wentworth. I don't care. I love Wentworth, okay? I really do. It's something about nitty gritty. Like, it's something about, I don't know. Basically, it's about women in jail. It's a jail. The jail is called Wentworth. And it's about women in jail. It kind of is like Orange is the New Black, but like more devious. You know what I'm saying? It's more devious, more realistic. About what's actually going on in jail. Like, you know? Orange is the New Black kind of seemed like more fun, light, and happy. Even though it was crazy as fuck and it wasn't, you know, it was more funny and jokes, you know, a little more upbeat type thing. But Wentworth is more nitty gritty and down to the, you know. So basically, there's one girl, she's married and she attempts to kill her husband because he's abusive as fuck. And then she's in jail and now she's like fresh meat type John. So, you know, people is trying to recruit her to their side, but then there's also somebody else who's bidding against her, the top dog at the moment. There's two rivals, of course, but that one rival is in like solitary confinement type John at the moment. And basically it's about them trying to recruit her. Well, not really. It's like they're top dog, but then the top dogs be changed and she became top dog at one point. It's a lot of what goes on in jail, like, you know what I'm saying? So they got her running drugs at first, you know, because she's new. But then she be friends with some of the girls. You learn the characters, you know, like, but it's actual jail. So they really doing like, they're actually fighting. They're really like burning each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing like devious shit. But it's actually a good story. They be escaping. They try to escape. The warden is hard on them. The warden is down with them and this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just some shit. You know, it's just a good show. You know, it's a good show. They be escaping, mind you. I did say that. I just said that. They fucking be escaping. They fucking be escaping. And that's tea for me. You know? But then they also, like, all become friends, even though they was fighting and beefing and stuff. You know, people be dying, of course. People be killing each other. You know what I'm saying? It's jail. So, watch the show. Thank you. the game. Okay, y'all should know what the game is, I feel like. I keep saying y'all should know what it is, but I feel like it's a lot of known shows. So even if y'all never watched it, y'all probably heard of it or seen it before. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should know what it is, even if y'all never watched it, you know? Anyways, watch the game. The game is basically about football players and their wives and their girlfriends and their sneaky links and this and that and da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's San Diego. You know, they're in San Diego, and you know, everybody got nice houses. Everybody's, you know, they doing well for themselves. They're football players, and they got wives and girlfriends, and some people got you know, they got kids, they got families and stuff like that. And basically, they're basically it's kind of like a sitcom. No, not a sitcom. It's like a drama, but it's comedy in there. You know, it's like a sitcom drama. You know what I'm trying to say? It's actually from the show Girlfriends. If y'all know what that is, y'all might most likely know what Girlfriends is. Girlfriends, Tracy Ellis Ross, her character, her cousin is Melanie. So in one random episode, Melanie came over and was talking to her and was like, yeah, basically she's trying to figure out if she should go with her boyfriend while he plays football, Derwin, because he's doing football and she's in med school, and you know, so that was a good little episode. But basically that's a spinoff. It don't really got nothing to do with it. It's just a little, you know, just a little thing. It's a little lore. But yeah, so basically it's just about them with their girlfriends and their lives and how they are. It's not really, it's more so about the wives, more so about the football, because yeah, it's about the football players, but it's not really about all of the football players. It's like 1, 2, 3 main football players. And then their peoples, their wives and their lives, but you don't really like see them playing football. Like, it's not about football. Like, it's not like what's that show, All American, where they're actually practicing and playing football. Like, it's some of that, but this show is not about them playing the football. It's about football players and their wives and their lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's really fucking good. You know, some of them be cheating. One of the main characters, he don't got no girlfriend or nothing. He's like a player, and he just be sleeping with mad beautiful women type John. But his mom is his manager, and she's with all of the wives. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like all the people of the girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? The people and the wives. Anyways, so it's just a good little show. It's something that you could always just watch. Like, you know, they be cheating on each other sometimes. They're getting divorced. They're getting married. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's good little drama. And it's funny too, though, you know? I really like it. I feel like everybody should watch that. Okay. How to Get Away with Murder. Okay. How to Get Away with Murder. Basically, the main character, for real, is the teacher. Well, she's a college professor, but she's also a lawyer. But her class is like, every time she comes into class, she writes How to Get Away with Murder. And it's more so not really how to get away with murder. It's like, how did the people that committed the crimes get away with murder? What they should have did, what they did wrong, what did they do, X, Y, and Z. It's not really telling you how to get away with murder. But basically, she takes 5 students every school year. Every academic year, she takes 5 students, and she basically mentors them and let them shadow her and work with her, because she's actually a lawyer as well as a college professor. So she takes 5 students and they go with her for the cases. They go to court with her. They help her with the cases, and they get hands-on experience. Basically, she takes the students that she thinks is the smartest, you know, like the students that she thinks got the most promise. They're dedicated the most, they're locked in the most, they're the smartest, they think out the box the most, you know what I'm saying? She takes them and she lets them shadow her. They actually be killing people accidentally, I don't know, but I do like this show because it's about that, and she be helping them, you know, not go to jail, like, you know, like taking the legal aspects of it, like, well, did this happen or did this, you know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. But basically, it's about them helping her with the cases and sometimes killing people and getting away with it. But also, I like the show because it's different. I've never seen anything like this. So basically, at the beginning of every episode, it shows like, it's like foreshadow, you know? At the beginning of every episode, it opens with the murder that happens at the end of the season type. So basically every season, a different murder happens. And in the beginning of each episode, they show a piece, like a little clip of the murder, the scene of the murder. So you don't really know who's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know who's gonna die. You just know that somebody's gonna die. So basically, like, you will see somebody bleeding in the snow. I mean, it sounds like there's a party going on, you know? But somebody's bleeding in the snow. And then after that scene, the little clip at the beginning, the episode would start and it would be like 5 months earlier. You know what I'm saying? And then the next episode, it would do the same thing, but it would show a different clip. Like, the next clip, like, it will show, the first clip like in the first episode, the first clip was somebody bleeding in the snow, but then in the second episode, it will be somebody bleeding in the snow, and then they crawling and grabbing a wallet. But then you could kind of see whose wallet it is, but you don't really know if that's their wallet, or if that's the person that killed them wallet, or whose wallet, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool. And then it will go back, and it will be like 4 months earlier, or like, you know what I'm saying? Basically that's what it does. And then the last episode, it does the same thing, kinda. It shows more of what the whole scene, like, kinda. And it just does that for every episode, for every season, and I like that. I think that's cool. I might show y'all a clip, actually, so y'all can understand what I'm saying. Right. So anyways, next. Manifest. Okay. Manifest is very serious to me. Yeah, Manifest is very serious to me. Okay? I feel like everybody needs to watch Manifest. I'm gonna tell y'all basically, and I feel like this was based on a true story. This actually happened in real life, and they made a show out of it. Boom. So basically, there's a plane full of people. It's a regular flight, but the flight experiences some turbulence while they, flying. And it's just a normal flight for the people on the plane. They get off the plane. Well, the plane lands, and basically there's cops there, and there's mad heads, and everybody's confused, right? So basically, that plane was missing, presumed dead, for like 10 years. 10 years. So the little turbulence that they had was basically them going into like a portal type of thing. The whole time, for everybody on the plane, it was just a normal flight. Like, they didn't age, and they just seen their family members this morning, like a few hours ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say the flight is 3 hours. They just seen their peoples 3 hours ago. So they don't know what's going on. They're like, this was a regular flight, but the whole time there's paramedics and mad cops and shit, and everybody's like, there's detectives, there's all their family members is crying and sad. Everybody looks mad old. Like, you know what I'm saying? All their family members age, but they did not age. So everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? But now bitches is getting callings. Basically, a calling is like let's say a vision of the future, but you don't see it, you hear it. Like, you like, okay. So the main character, she was on the bus. Basically, she was on the bus, and there was a voice in her head. It was like a piercing, ringing voice in her head saying slower, right? And it hurt her. Like, she was like, ah, like, you know what I'm saying? Basically, it was her voice, but older. Like how they are actually 10 years older whole time. So it was her 10-year older voice, her in her subconscious, telling her slower. And so basically she was telling the bus driver to slow down. Whole time the bus driver was about to hit a little boy, but she anticipated that. Like, it wasn't about to happen right that second. It was like 30 seconds, to a minute after she said it that it happened. So it's like they're getting callings of like, good deeds to help people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And basically, everybody on the fucking plane got that. Everybody on the fucking plane got callings, and some people aren't doing their call. Some people aren't like, obviously some people aren't smarter than other people. Some people don't use their brain. Some people don't got, the thought to be like, oh my god, maybe this is important. Maybe people just think they're going crazy and shit like that. So some people are ignoring their shit. The little boy that was on the plane, he fucking could draw the future. He likes to draw and shit, so he be drawing the future. He's low-key smarter than all of them with the callings. Like, he's special. And I think it's because he was gonna die, maybe, because he has cancer. He had cancer. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was a how do you say? A doctor. There was a doctor on the plane, and she was actually trying to, you know, cure cancer and shit like that. She's a doctor and shit, so she got callings, and everybody got callings, and it's a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying? So it's basically them doing their callings while also trying to, like, find everybody else on the fucking flight manifest to help them do their callings, because they don't know that they should be doing their callings. You know what I mean? And then there's also, like, a mystery surrounding what happened to the plane. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, if something like that happens to you, for the most part, a lot of people who's more, like, conscious and locked in, they're gonna be like, okay, what the fuck happened, though? Like, what happened? Like, how do we figure out what actually happened? Like, this is a crazy phenomenon. Like, what happened to me? So they trying to figure that out, and while they're figuring that out, they're uncovering mysteries and things that actually happened. But then it's also, like, other people trying to stop them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a good fucking show. Watch the show. I feel like this, out of everything, even the first video that I did, the first part, out of everything, the first part, this second part that I'm doing, and the third part, I feel like, watch Manifest. Okay? Manifest is so fucking good. Okay? Okay. A few more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. Okay? 4 more. So, boom. Van Helsing. Okay, Van Helsing is I know that it is a movie as well, but these are shows. I don't watch movies. This is a show. Basically, it's about vampires. It kind of gives The Walking Dead, but, like, with vampires. You know? Because they're feral, but some of them are smart and conscious. And basically, this one girl that the military people was protecting. Basically, the apocalypse happens, but the apocalypse happens with vampires. And so the military is sent to watch this one girl, because her blood, basically, a vampire came and she, like, tried to eat her and kill her, and she was, like, dead. And then the hospital came and got her or whatever, because she has a daughter. Her daughter went to the neighbor and got the neighbor to, you know. So basically, she went to the hospital and in the morgue and shit right before before the world was about to shut down type shit. But her blood was making it seem like she wasn't dead. But she should be dead because she was fucking dead. The whole time her cells and her body is acting like she's alive and dead at the same time type shit. So it was weird as fuck. And she was being monitored. But then the apocalypse happened. So she was just being contained in a room, just being monitored type shit. And then the doctor that was actually working on her, she got bit type shit. So basically, it's about them. Whole time she's actually a vampire. Whole time she's low-key a vampire that could change other vampires. Like, she's the cure. She's the cure to the vampirism. Whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So when the vampires drink her blood, they change back into human. Off rip. They start throwing up blood. You know, type shit. They kind of, like, die for a little hour or whatever, and then they throwing up blood and shit. And then they're healed. Basically, they throw up blood and die, and then they come back alive. Yeah, so basically, it's about her and the people that's with her, watching her and shit, and the people they pick up along the way, you know? Because it's like, bitch, how you a vampire? The whole time you a vampire, but you change other vampires. Also, after they get cured, they can't get re-bit. Like, they can't go back to a vampire, and they also can't die. Because there's one guy, he was trying to, like, off himself, but he couldn't die. Like, he just woke back up type shit, you know? You know, so it's a whole thing like that, but it's also, like, they're trying to, you know, go to the safe haven and find people and scientists and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's also conspiracies, and it's actually a little bit of magic in there. It's kind of, like, stupid as fuck, but when you watching it, the story, it kind of makes sense of how it happened, even though it didn't really have to happen. But it's still kind of good as fuck, in my opinion. I don't know, I feel like it's tea. It's not like, you know, wand moving your hand with the magic and poof. It's kind of like a sciencey type of thing. but it's still magic nonetheless. It's kind of like the old day magic, like not like ritual type of magic, like, you know, like mixed herbs and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of makes a little sense, and it's also science involved a little bit, but I feel like watch it, you know? I feel like it's good as fuck. Watch it, okay? Boom. The Secret Circle. Okay. The Secret Circle is actually good as fuck. LOL. Basically, this girl, her parents pass away. Her parents, they're gone. So she moves back with her grandmother, her mother's mother, back in the hometown that her mother grew up in. Basically, she finds a book, and it kind of gives like journal, but it also gives like witchy things. So she reading it, and she's like, oh, like what the, basically her mother was a witch. Basically her mother was a witch. And the mother had some friends, a group of friends, and they were the Secret Circle because they all had powers. It was a mix of boys and girls. Like, some of them had boyfriends and girlfriends. You know, they was dating and shit. There was a big friend group. Basically, she goes to the mother's old high school, and she starts to see weird, you know, basically weird shit starts happening to her. Like, weird witchy phenomena. Like, she would like go like this and like something will move or some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But then she's also starting to see some other people in the school that has the same thing happen to them. And then she starts to realize like all their parents were in the Secret Circle together, so they got powers too. So then they kind of become cool and shit like that. And it's basically about them. It's kind of like a Vampire Diaries type of thing, like, you know, witches, but it's not like all the fantasy things. It's just the witches. But you know what I mean? It kind of gives Vampire Diary vibes, like witches in school though. You know, witches in high school, and then they friends, and they going through shit, and they figuring out secrets and this and that and this and that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's one season, and they actually left it on a cliffhanger, so I wouldn't be too upset if y'all didn't really want to watch it, but it's really good as fuck. Like, it's really good, and the cliffhanger was actually good as fuck though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, it's just good, and I feel like y'all should watch it, okay? For me, please. I don't know, I feel like it's good. You know, like, they go through shit, they doing shit, they dating each other, they, you know, fighting the other guys and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually really good. Like, I feel like y'all should watch it, you know? There was actually a plot twist. Is another I just can't tell y'all, but like, watch the show though, you know? Why not? Fuck it. Something just to pass the time, just to entertain you for a little second. Like, watch it, you know? Every Which Way. Okay. Every Which Way, T. Don't care. Every Which Way is T. This is another Nickelodeon show. Whole time the CGI was terrible. CGI is the fucking special effects type shit. You know, the makeup and the special effects. But this was back in the day. Like, this was like early 2000s. Like 2010, 12 type shit, really. Like, around that time. Basically, this one girl, she's a teenager in high school. Her and her dad, they moved to like Miami because he's gonna be like the principal or whatever, right? So basically, she's going to a new school. Actually, he's not the principal yet. He became the principal. But basically, she's a witch. And this actually got the moving your hand, poof, with the magic. Basically, it's kind of, I'm not really sure. I feel like it's like more so middle school. I feel like. Middle school, high school. I think it's middle school. It could be high school though. I really don't know. Something like that. It's either middle school, like 8th grade, or it's like freshman year or some shit. You know what I mean? Either way, she's a witch. She got powers. She realizes that. But her mom passed away, so she don't really know, like, you know? Anyway, so yeah. So her mother's really passed away, so she don't really know that she's a witch and da-da-da. She's in school, and then whole time, the other kids, like the mean girls, one of the main mean girl, she got a posse. She got two little, you know, her the main bitch, she's actually a witch too, and her mom knows about it, but I don't think she had the witch gene, or she lost it or something. I don't fucking know. I can't remember, but either way, so, you know, the mean girl got powers too. So it's the, you know, two main characters, they got beef, and then the bitch, some of their friends, there's one of them, he got powers. There's other shit going on. Listen, you know, it's just a little good kid show. But me personally, I would like to watch. I don't care. I would still watch it. So fucking watch it. You know, she had a best friend. The best friend knows her secret. After a while, she told her she got a boyfriend. And then there's another guy, and he's a fucking witch, wizard, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He got powers too. He come in, he's like the bad boy kind of thing. So now it's like she got to choose between the good boy or the bad boy. The good boy that she knew first, or the bad boy that just came in and started, you know what I'm saying? And he got powers like her. I'm not going to tell y'all which one she picked, but I will say in real life, niggas was like, they gave us the option to vote on who we want her to be with. And they actually did what they were supposed to do. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a good little show. Watch it. Watch it. Okay, last one. My last one is White Collar. Okay? White Collar. Y'all don't know nothing about White Collar. Alright. Boom. White Collar is basically a show about a criminal being a confidential informant. And he's helping the FBI, one specific agent, catch criminals. But this is how it happened, right? So he's in jail. He was a notorious, like, he's like a thief. He be stealing like important and expensive old art and shit like that. He likes art. So he be in antiques and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he be stealing that. And he also, like, he forges. He could forge anything. He could paint the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He's a forger. He's a thief. He's a criminal con artist. All of that. Everything, you name it. He's all of that. And he's good looking, so he could charm his way and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. He's in jail. He got caught by this one guy. He's in jail serving out a sentence, right? Close to the end of his sentence, he breaks the fuck out. And why? It was over a female. So, basically how he did it, whenever the female came to visit him and was like, yeah, we gotta break up because da-da-da-da, right? He started growing out his beard. He started growing out a beard, and it made him unrecognizable. People was used to seeing him with a beard. And then on the day of his escape, he shaved the beard, had a guard uniform, and he walked out the front door, got in a car, drove away, went to the fucking... You know how there just be stands outside and they be selling clothes and shit like that? He took like a, one of those yellow coat thingies. Those yellow crossing guard jacket thingies. He took one of those. Went to the valet. And somebody handed him the keys because they was going on vacation. He just drove away. Type shit. Basically, the cop was at, the FBI agent, he was at a crime scene. Basically, somebody blew up a bank. Right? So the bank blew up. He was there. They called him and was like, yo, bro just broke out. You the only one that ever caught him. You come catch him again type John. So basically he's like, bet. He came. He looked at the security footage. He's like, when he walked out, they like, oh, they told him like, yeah, he grew out his beard and he shaved. So he looked different. We didn't really recognize that he was him because we was so used to seeing him with a beard. He's like, all right. So when was the last, mind you, let's say he had like 18 months left or some shit like that, or 8 months left. Like, he was close to being done to his sentence to break out. So that's why niggas is like, why he break out if he was almost free. So he was like, alright, let me check the security footage, see when he started growing out his beard. He realized that a girl came and stuff like that. So he looked up the girl, where she was at, and X, Y, and Z. Basically like, oh, the girl told him they was gonna break up. That's really the most logical reason why a criminal would break out close to their end of their sentence for their partner. So he's like, bet. So he goes to find him. Basically, the guy was at home sulking on the floor because she left the bottle, you know? She left him a wine bottle, basically signifying like, oh, we're done. Like, that was a significant piece of their relationship. So because she left it and cleared out the house and shit like that, and that was the only thing there, he felt like this was goodbye type shit. Like, she left the only important thing to us. You know what I'm saying? But then he's starting to realize, like, there might be something going on. Like, he could peel he peeled the label from the wine thing off. Right before that, he peeled the wine label off, and he was like looking at it like, this is kind of weird. Like, you know, I don't know. Basically, he was like, I bet you caught me or whatever, because he wasn't really moving. He was like, you know, Or actually before that, I don't think he peeled it. I think he sent it to his friend to peel it. Either way, he was like, oh, because like I said, he was the agent, he was at a crime scene earlier that day. So the crime scene, the bank blew up, right? But there was a piece of thing, like there was a piece of fabric shit on his shoulder. So when he was face to face with him, when he finally caught him, he was like, he seen that shit. He picked it up off his shoulder. He was like, do you know what this is? And he was like, no. And he was like, if I tell you what this is, you gotta come visit me. Because he's about to go back to jail. But he's like, if I tell you what this is, you gotta come back to see me in a week at the jail. You gotta come visit me. And he was like, if you tell me what this is and I confirm that it's true, I'll think about it. And he comes and basically he's like, yeah, let me help you. Let me help you. Basically, he got a hidden agenda because obviously he's a criminal, and obviously like now he's figuring out like his girlfriend is like, it's something going on with her breaking up with him. That's actually what it is. Something's going on with that. And he needs to be outside so he could walk around and be active, you know, actively trying to find her. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, look, I've been doing my research. He got this book. He's like, this is a new ankle monitor. You could track me. This is the best one. This is the newest upgrade. This is the strongest one. Nobody ever broke out of this. This is the best one. Standard issue. Da, 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 da. You could check it out yourself. Give me this. I'll help you find this guy. Basically, that's what happens. And they find the guy, X, Y, and Z. And basically, the show is about him helping the other guy catch different criminals. Because he's a popular criminal. He's a popular, known, well-known, notorious criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows who he is. And he's charming. He's down with everybody. He's cool with people. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a good asset. And he don't give up. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'll help you. Just so he could be outside and do whatever he want. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's really good. But obviously, you know, they grow a bond, things happen. You know, people get hurt, people get kidnapped sometimes. They gotta save each other. You know what I'm saying? It's a FBI show. But it's actually funny too. They do got some little jokes in there a little bit. Kind of a little witty a little. It's a great show. Okay? Okay. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. Until the next part. Because that is one more part. Part 3, last part. If y'all want that, if y'all need that, you don't even gotta tell me. I'm probably still gonna do it anyways, but it might just take a while, cause like, you know. But yeah, like I said last time, if you watched any of these things, let me know. If these are your favorite shows too, let me know. If you got any recommendations, definitely let me know. I like old shows that used to come on TV, aired every day. I mean, every week on the same day, same time. Mad seasons. 20 plus episodes each season. You know what I mean? Lock in. Let me know. Okay? Also, let me know what else y'all want to see. Like, if y'all got to the end of this video and y'all watched the whole thing and y'all like it and y'all fucking with it, tell me what else. Tell me what else you want to see me do. You know? Tell me what else. I need some more. I need some. Feel me? Anyways, love y'all. Y'all the baddest. Y'all the best. Feel me? Love y'all. Mwah.